Split, 'cause I know that you will. Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you will go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.
Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly reading vlog. So this one is going to be a little bit different. I am currently in a hotel in Manchester. I am heading to Rome tomorrow morning. A lot of you guys probably already know this, but the majority of this vlog is going to be more of a travel based vlog, but there will be some reading involved. And I'm going to start off by letting you know what I'm currently reading. So the first thing I don't have a physical copy of with me. I did download the ebook for Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I am already reading this. I'm on page 206, and that one, as I'm sure you know, is a young adult fantasy that follows 6 criminals who are trying to perform a heist. It's very character driven. I am enjoying it very much so far. I am buddy reading the entire Grisha series with Jade from JJ Reads. We were supposed to finish this last week. I'm not sure if Jade has, but I most certainly didn't. I ended up finishing Nevernight last week, and then I also read another book for the weekend vlog, which will be the last vlog that you have seen from me. Like I said, I have Six of Crows on ebook, so I can take it on holiday with me. However, I do have 2 other physical books that I have brought with me with the intention of reading at least one of them and possibly starting the other whilst on this holiday. So the first one is one that I have started today while I was traveling to Manchester, and that one is Gemina by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. As you guys again probably know, this is a young adult sci-fi series that is told in mixed media. Each book has different characters, but the first book follows 2 teenagers who have just broken up when their planet is attacked by this evil corporation. I have already started Gemina. As I said, I'm on page 96 so far, so I'm a little ways into this one. This one follows 2 different characters. I believe the main characters of this one are Hannah and Nick. There are quite a few side characters at the minute because the main conflict hasn't kicked in yet, but I think that Hannah and Nick are our 2 main protagonists. I am enjoying this one so far. I am listening to this via the audiobook as well as reading it physically, and I brought this particular one on holiday with me because I do struggle to read on trains and planes with distractions going on around me. So listening to the audiobook and reading this physically at the same time really helps me to focus and actually get some reading done when I'm in a situation where I'm traveling and I can't really do much else. The last book that I have with me is one that I aim to start, but as I haven't finished Six of Crows, I'm not sure, but I did have to bring this with me because I'm going to Rome, and that is Godsgrave by J. Kristoff. So this is the second book in the Nevernight series. Last week I did finish my reread of Nevernight. This is one of my favorite series of all time. I am rereading these in anticipation of Dark Dawn, and at first I wasn't going to bring this with me because it's a big chunky hardback and I'm definitely not going to finish it if I even start it at all, and it's quite weighty and takes up quite a bit of space, which is not ideal when traveling. However, when I was rereading Nevernight, which is set in a fictional version of Venice, I remembered that there are sections of Godsgrave that take place in Rome, and I couldn't really leave it at home, could I? Especially as I do aim to at least start rereading this month and finish it early September at the latest. So for those of you that don't know, the Nevernight Chronicle follows a teenage girl called Mia Corvair who saw her father murdered and her mother imprisoned. She escaped and was taken in by an old man who then started training her for her entry into the Red Church, which is a notorious assassin school, so that she would eventually develop the skills and the ability to take revenge for what happened to her family. Obviously, this is mainly for the photo op. I couldn't go to Rome and not take Godsgrave, so hopefully by the time you're seeing this, I will have posted some Bookstagram photos on my Instagram. I'm not very good at posting to Instagram lately. It used to be my favourite social media and I hardly use it anymore. So I think that is pretty much all I have for you at the moment. Not sure what I'm going to be doing this evening. It is 7:30 p.m, but our flight is at 7:30 a.m, and so we are going to be leaving the hotel at 4:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I will be wanting to get some sleep pretty early because obviously I have to wake up really early, and then we have a full day in Rome. I think we land at around 11 a.m, maybe midday Italian time, so we will have pretty much a full day ahead of us when we do get to Rome. I am very excited, although I am one of those people who where I like to focus on what's going on now instead of getting excited for things that are coming, because if I do that, then I can't focus on what needs to be done now. So I have a few things that I have purchased today, just extra toiletries and stuff that I didn't have that I need to pack into our suitcase. And then I may do a little bit more reading tonight. I do have one last video that needs scheduling. I've uploaded it to YouTube. I just need to go through it, schedule it all up. That will be the weekend vlog video that you guys presumably have already seen. By the time you see this, it will have been over a week and a half since that video has been posted. But as soon as that video is scheduled, I am officially on holiday and I will not be touching anything YouTube related apart from maybe replying to a few comments until I get back. So I'm gonna go get some stuff done and get into bed, maybe do a little bit of reading, and I'll check in with you guys. I don't know when. I've never done a travel vlog before. So I'm going to try and be a little bit active about vlogging out and about, but it depends how nervous I am, so we'll see how we go with that.
And my car smells like chocolate. Hey now, think about what you do. Think about what they say. Think about what to think. Pause it, play it, pause it, play it, pause it.
Hey guys, so I'm a little bit sweaty. We have just arrived at the hotel. It is currently 32 degrees outside, but honestly I'm having the most amazing hotel experience of my life already, and I only just got here. So I thought I would stop by and I will give you a little tour just so you guys know we're staying at the hotel. Is it pronounced Artemidi? We're staying at the Hotel Artemidi. It's very fancy, but I'll start with the bathroom because I'm by the door. Here we have our bathroom. I actually haven't been in here yet. And the shower is beautiful. And then the room, here we have the bed where I've already been throwing my belongings. And we also have a complimentary mini bar. So all of this is free, which is delightful, and they'll keep restocking it for us, which is even better. And then we don't have much of a view. We're just looking at the interior of the hotel, but all of the windows are shuttered. And I can flip back to me now. Hey, so I don't know what we're doing. First, I want to get out of these leggings because I am hot. It is hot out there. I need to apply sun cream everywhere. I need to make myself look less like a sweaty rat. And then we're probably gonna get a late lunch because we haven't eaten since 6 a.m, 5 a.m. maybe, when we first arrived at the airport. So yeah, I'm gonna go prepare myself and then get ready for my first half day in Rome.
To know more things about me, seldom a word spoken so quietly, but she sings for me. My lover, she sings for me alone. The color when we're apart, she's even closer than I've ever known. This time tonight I'll be home to you. Lover, won't you come? Lover, won't you come? try again. Oh, lover, all over again for you. Lover, won't you come? Lover, won't you come? Marry me tonight. Lover, won't you come back to me? Lover, won't you come? Lover, won't you come? Marry me tonight. Lover, won't you come back to me?
think we started something, gonna tell the world again. just can't hold it in. I think we started something, I hope it never ends. I hope it never ends. Don't tell me that the good old days are over. We're two hearts running wild. On and on, we'll move a little closer. We don't have to burn out in the fire. No, we don't have to burn out in the fire. I wanna know, what are you waiting for? I wanna know just what you're waiting for, and you should know. You're so beautiful, so let me know just what you're waiting for. I'm staring at my demons. No, I ain't looking back. Oh, what do I believe in? The past is in the past. Gonna steal away tomorrow. Pay back the love we borrowed. Oh, we'll hope it never ends. Don't tell me that the good old days are over. We're two hearts running wild. On and on, we'll move a little closer. We don't have to burn out in the fire. No, we don't have to burn out in the fire. I wanna know, what are you waiting for? I wanna know just what you're waiting for, and you should know. You're so beautiful, so let me know
thought I would come and check in with you guys because I haven't in a couple of days, but as you have probably seen from the footage, we have been doing quite a lot. Yesterday we spent most of it at the Coliseum and the Forum, etc. That was a long day because it was really hot and we were in the sun all day. And then today we headed back down to the Pantheon. We checked out the shopping area where all of the fancy shops that we can't afford are, and we went to the Spanish Steps. And then we've just been for dinner. I think I would probably say that's the best food I've eaten so far. The place that we went yesterday for lunch was suggested by Natasha from My Reading is Odd, and that was so good. But tonight was like really good as well, and I want another spritz. I'm really thirsty and I want another spritz. But I would say that's probably the best food we've had. The Mille Fogli, which was the dessert that I had, was to die for. And then we headed back down to the Trevi Fountain, hoping that it would be a little bit quieter than it was when we went on Tuesday daytime. It was not, it was heaving. So we headed back down there just to see it at night time really, but I was hoping it would be a little bit more quiet. I don't know what they do in films, like when they film movies, do they actually go to the Trevi Fountain? Because it's always kind of quiet when they're there, but it is not quiet. It's packed. There are so many people down there, which I'm sad about because you guys know, or you may have noticed, I love a good fountain. It's only 9:20, but we are thinking of heading to the Vatican tomorrow, which is going to be another long day because there's quite a bit to see there, and we will only be spending the one day there. I don't think we'll be going back at all for the rest of the trip. So we have to be up quite early, and then we have to figure out how to get there because from where our hotel is situated, it is probably the point of the city that we will be going to that's the furthest away. So we'll figure out how we're going to get there and all of that good stuff. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow, and it's still gonna be hot. Not as hot as it has been the last 2 days, but it's still gonna be pretty hot. And then aside from that, the Vatican has a dress code where you can't show your shoulders or your knees, so it will be hot. It will be very, very hot. But I'm going to go and take my makeup off because, as you can see, I'm quite sweaty, and get some sleep because, as I said, early morning tomorrow.
'cause I don't care and didn't make the bed. Sip coffee on my couch, what can I do instead? No work, it's only fun, 'cause it's all okay. 'Cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. Woke up from a whisper, collared shirt down by my feet, stood on crowded bathroom rug. Voices filled the rooms upstairs. Our Ford was warm before we drove. Breakfast fresh on the stove. She walked out with the floral blouse.
Hey guys, so we are on like 8:30 p.m. on Sunday evening now, and we are going to be going out for dinner soon. But I just thought I would come and check in with you guys because the last 2 nights I have actually been reading quite a bit. So our schedule for the days have kind of been like go out in the morning, come back to the hotel at around 4 p.m. because, for example, today we were out from like 10 until 5-ish, and I did 15,000 steps in that time. So we've been doing a lot of walking throughout the daytime. So we've been coming back to the hotel around 4 or 5 p.m. because the heat just gets overwhelming, and obviously we're tired from so much walking, and then just hanging around in the hotel between like 4 and 7, 8-ish, and then we head back out and go for dinner and have a wander around and stuff. So in between that time, for the last 2 days, today and yesterday, I have been reading and listening to Gemina, so I'm having a great time listening to this now. I'm on page 338, so I have read about 160, 170 pages the last couple of days. I did listen to it a little bit just before I went to sleep last night as well. I'm glad that I have, because I've been really enjoying it. We've had a plot twist that I didn't expect. I knew something was dodgy with one of the characters, but I didn't know exactly what it was, and essentially I just thought he was a naive idiot, but nope. Other things going on. There's also something going on with a few of the other characters. I haven't heard from one of the characters in a while, so I'm wondering what's going on with him, and I'm just generally really enjoying it. Fun fact as well, you probably will have seen on Instagram that I was searching for Italian Nevernight, because that is the souvenir book that I want to take home with me, with Nevernight being set in Italy and also being one of my favorite books. Somebody commented on my Instagram post and told me it isn't released until the 3rd of September, and I'm heartbroken. I have found Italian editions of Strange the Dreamer, Muse of Nightmares, and A Court of Mist and Fury, but I had my heart set on Nevernight and I don't know what to do. Tomorrow is our last full day, so I have to make a decision whether I'm going to be getting a book or not. Like I said, my heart was set on Nevernight, and I really wanted Nevernight. I already have 3 copies of Muse of Nightmares and currently 2 copies, but soon to be 3 copies of Strange the Dreamer. I think there's one waiting for me at home, which I will probably unbox at the beginning of next week's vlog, because I think I'll have quite a bit of mail when I get back. So I don't really want another edition of those, as beautiful as I think the Italian editions are. And I don't really like the ACTA series editions in Italian. They're kind of the same as the UK and US ones, but with a different picture, and I don't like it. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that yet. But tonight we are heading down near the Coliseum. It's like a 20-minute walk, so we should probably leave soon because I'm gonna be really hungry by the time we get there. And I've found a restaurant on Google Maps that has some pretty good ratings, so I'll probably take some food shots while I'm there, because let's face it, this vlog is like 90% food shots. After dinner we are going to head over to the Coliseum, which I believe is lit up at night, and I'll be taking Godsgrave with me, and I'll be seeing if I can get some photos, because we went to the Coliseum and the Forum etc. on our first day in Rome, and that was a long ass day, and I didn't want to carry a book around with me because I knew it was going to be hot and miserable and a lot of standing and a lot of walking. So we're heading down there now, and I will take Godsgrave with me and hopefully get a Bookstagram photo. So that is my plan for the night, and like I said, I'm enjoying this. Not sure if I will have finished this in this vlog. It's very possible that I may have done, so obviously if I do finish it I'll let you know what I think, and yeah, I'll check in with you at some point regardless.
Everyone was near. Up from an old alarm, bones could barely roll from bed. Stood on an empty bathroom rug, walking around with one eye closed. Last of 6 eyes focusing on me. Lukewarm coffee for the road. My car was cold till 59. It seems now I'm alone. We'll be home again. Hold on, we'll be home again. Hold on.
So you will have to excuse the fact that I'm greenlit right now. I have just turned my Xbox on. There we go, it's booting up. As you can probably tell, I'm home from Rome. I hate that that rhymes, I really hate it. As I'm home, I am here to close up this not very reading vlog. I do have a reading update to give you guys though, which I will do in a minute. Just wanted to kind of recap and say that I had a really great time in Rome. You can probably tell from the vlog and all of the B-roll footage I have that it is a really beautiful city, and there's definitely a lot to do there. There's a lot of history, there's a lot of art, there's a lot of museums. I personally didn't go to a lot of galleries or museums because I have to be honest, I don't appreciate art. I'm one of those people where I look at a painting and I pretty much just go, that's a nice painting, and then I move on. I really don't appreciate art, and it makes me sad because I think that paintings are beautiful and I think that art is beautiful, but it's just not my thing. My brain just does not appreciate it or understand it. I do really like sculptures though, and I really love architecture, which obviously there is a lot of in Rome. And when I go on holiday to places like that, like historical cities, European cities that are rich with culture and art etc., I definitely appreciate the architecture, and my favorite thing is to go to the buildings just to see them. Like, I spent a lot of time outside the Coliseum when I was taking pictures with Godsgrave, just looking at this Coliseum because I really do love architecture. I will say that the highlight of my trip, like my favorite thing, was the Trevi Fountain. I also really love fountains because architecture, sculptures and water. I also really like fire, but you don't see a lot of that just rampant in cities. So my favorite thing about Rome is the Trevi Fountain. I went back again and again. I love fountains. But my favourite day as a whole was probably the first day that we were there, when we went to the Coliseum and we also went to the Forum. It was a long day, and by the time we were done, like, we were just wrapping up in the Forum and I was miserable because it was hot and I'd been on my feet for 9.5 hours. But in terms of the things that we did in a day, that day was my favourite. My least favourite day was the Vatican Museums. I would not recommend going to the Vatican in summer. They essentially just keep packing people in. You are essentially just being herded through the corridors. You can't get close enough to appreciate anything, because if you want to stand back and look at a tapestry, there are like hundreds of people like flowing around you and trying to get past you to move on to the next thing. And by the time we got to the end of the Vatican Museums, for the last like 3 to 5 rooms after the Sistine Chapel, we weren't even looking at stuff. We were just sprinting for the exit because they don't have very good air conditioning or fans or anything, and with so many people packed into reasonably small rooms, it was just a miserable miserable day. So much so that we had to put off going to St. Peter's Basilica. We obviously once again stood outside it because sculptures and architecture, and I do have some footage of that, but we did not end up going inside because the Vatican Museum experience was just absolutely miserable. What I will say is that everything in the Vatican Museums is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. There's great tapestries. There's also the Michelangelo like touching God thing in the Sistine Chapel roof, and you have lots of great sculptures. I loved the sculptures in there, but the experience was awful and I absolutely hated it. My favourite place to eat is the place that we went 3 times, and that's Amore. That is by the Trevi Fountain. If any of you guys are going to Rome anytime soon, definitely check that out. Dario is a waiter who works there and he is absolutely great. He told me his name and I said, oh, like Dario Naharis from Game of Thrones, and he said yeah, and then he said that he was more attractive than the first Dario, and I said yeah, but the second Dario was pretty hot, so I said that he could like slot right in the middle there. And yeah, he was just a great laugh and I had a great time there. We went 3 times. Definitely get the Mila Fogli for dessert because it's so good. I had that 3 times. Every time I went to the restaurant, that is all I had for dessert. So obviously would recommend that restaurant as like a #1 if you go to Rome, eat at that Amore. And drinks, I would say get a vanilla cappuccino because the flavouring they use for coffee there is so damn good. And alcoholic drinks, make sure you get yourself an Aperol Spritz because that is my new drink of choice. So I had a great time in Rome, and then today we actually made it back in 10 hours. Like, I can't believe it. I got from Rome to the tiny village where I live on the edge of the east coast of the UK in 10 hours. In total it was 3 trains, 2 buses, 1 flight and a car ride, but in under 10 hours I'm actually pretty impressed. So that is it for my holiday. I'm feeling very refreshed. I'm feeling very relaxed now. I will be filming tomorrow. I need to film my Bookopoly tomorrow. I also have a stack of mail just outside of my bedroom door that I will be unboxing at the beginning of next week's vlog. I do have 2 subscription boxes there, so they will come in separate videos. But I also have 2 parcels. One I think is from Ashley from Frolic Through Fiction, and the second one is an Amazon parcel, and I don't think that I ordered anything. I mean, I was thinking about ordering Obsidio, but I'll get to Obsidio in a second. I was thinking of ordering Obsidio because obviously I want it, and I'm also going to see J. Kristoff next week, but then I'm pretty sure I didn't actually end up ordering it. And I also found it in a bookstore in Rome. So this is my souvenir book from Rome. Every time I go somewhere I get a book, either a really fancy edition that's only available in a certain country of one of my favorite books, or a book on my TBR that I really want to read, or like a fancy classics edition or something. And as you guys probably know if you saw Twitter or Instagram, I was looking for Italian Nevernight. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it in this vlog. That isn't released until the 3rd of September, and I'm really sad about it because Nevernight is obviously set in Italy, and Nevernight is also one of my favorite books. So I wanted that, and when I couldn't get that, yeah, I did tell you about this. I wanted it, I couldn't get it, and then when I couldn't get it, I was sulking and wouldn't buy anything else in an Italian edition. So I did get Obsidio because I need to purchase the last few J. Kristoff books that I don't own before I go to the sign-in next week. And I have been loving the Illuminate File series. This is the next book that I will be getting to because, spoiler alert for what's coming in the next like 30 seconds, I finished Gemina today, so this is my Rome souvenir. And I'm happy with it because I know that I'm going to love it. So Gemina, I'm going to try not to go too much into it because I have no idea how long this vlog is going to be, with it being mainly b-roll and like touristy sightseeing stuff. But wow, we've gone really yellow. But I did finish Gemina today. I did give it 5 stars. the last time I spoke to you about it, I was saying that we had the two characters, Hannah and Nick. We also have Ella, who is Nick's 15-year-old cousin, and I really love Ella. The plot twists in this were wild yet again. I did see a few of them come in. I saw the last one come in. I can't really tell you which one, but it is the one right at the end. There's an ongoing trial and some evidence is presented and there's a plot twist, and when I was reading through the evidence that was presented, I guessed what the plot twist was. It wasn't a big deal. It was in like the last 30 pages of the book, so it was only a few more pages before I found out what the plot twist was. I have noticed that that kind of plot twist is recurring in this series, where it's like, oh no, something's happened, and then it's like, no, actually it hasn't really. But I did give this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. The only other negative I can really say about it is that we have a really cool section at the end. Obviously no spoilers, but you have black pages and white pages which kind of signify something. Don't want to spoil it because it's right at the end. I really enjoyed that. I thought that that aspect was really cool, but then it also could be really repetitive because of the nature of that aspect. So that's kind of like, it's a positive and a negative. I thought it was really cool and I liked where the story was going at that point, but the way it was told was repetitive, but then the way that it was told was also really cool. So I'm very conflicted about that. I will definitely go into this more in my wrap up, which will be coming very soon. It will probably be maybe the video you see after this or the one after that. It will be coming very soon though, don't worry, because like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time now with having absolutely no idea how long this vlog is and also how cohesive this vlog is, because I have been reading this over a week while also being on holiday. But in comparison to Illuminate, I'm not sure which one I like better, because I like the characters in this more. I was getting major Hannah and Caleb from Pretty Little Liars vibes when I was reading this in regards to Hannah and Nick and their dynamic, which I was absolutely living for. And I think I like the characters more in this one. So I like Hannah, Nick and Ella more than I like Katie and Ezra, but I prefer the plot of Illuminate to the plot of Gemina. So at this moment I can't say which of the two I enjoyed more, because you guys know that I am a very character driven reader, but I also like it to be balanced out with plot. So my favorite types of stories are where there's a lot of work put into the characters, but also the plot is really great as well. So just a standard novel, I guess, not character driven or plot driven, like a straight balance. And I think that these books definitely give that, but with me preferring the characters in one and then the plot in another, it's hard to say which is my favorite. But obviously 5 stars. And for the Newt's Magical Readathon, this one completed the challenge to read a sci-fi, and that, wow, I haven't done this in a while, I'm out of practice, and that was the outstanding level for astronomy. So I now have an outstanding in astronomy. However, we have 4 days, 28, 29, 30, 31, 4 days of August left, and I need to have an exceeding expectations in herbology and charms and a outstanding in care of magical creatures to pass my career grades. And I have looked, and if I don't pass those career grades, I can't go for any other career. And so far I have an acceptable in herbology. I haven't started charms and I don't think I've started care of magical creatures either. And so I have a lot of work to do in these last 4 days of the month, but I really enjoyed Gemina. I'm glad that I read it. This is also on my Bookopoly TBR, by the way, as well. This was to read a sci-fi for Bookopoly as well. So that's out of the way. I'm home from Rome. As you guys know, this vlog went over a longer time period than normal. The next vlog will be a shorter time period. That one will run from Wednesday, is that right? Yeah, Wednesday to Sunday, and then after that we should be back on track. Finally, wrapping up this week's vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. This one's a bit of a scary one because I have absolutely no idea how it's going to come together until I start editing, but I do hope you have enjoyed it. A little bit of a different one with all of the Rome shots, but I had a great time and I wanted to share this vlog with you so that I could share the experience, as I have vlogged every week of my life for over a year now, and also for my own posterity so that I can look back at all of the footage, because normally I find when I go on holiday I take a ton of pictures and videos and then I never look at them again, whereas at least doing this I can edit them into something that I also can look back on and enjoy. So that is it for this week's vlog. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like this vlog if you liked it and subscribe if you want to, and I will check in with you technically this week for like a 5-day reading vlog. Bye.
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you're ready to go, and nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.